Derek Porrett is just a regular college student by day, but for a few hours every week, he opens his book to an entirely new land filled with magic and fantasy, where barbarians battle and dragons soar. All this action takes place in the basement where Derek and his friends try to conquer the lands in a role-playing game known as Dungeons and Dragons. Derek not only sees playing D&D as an opportunity to get out of his house, but also a great way to stay in contact with his friends throughout the busy school months.
Really, it's just like kind of nice to see my friends like once a week. I don't really get to see them that often, like just with school and stuff being busy. So just being able to like get out of my house and come hang out with the boys is like a nice opportunity once a week.
Quinn, a host of High Level Games, a podcast company about D&D and other tabletop games, thinks that being a tabletop gamer is not seen in the negative light it once was.
When I was a kid, like, you would get physically assaulted if you walked around with a Dungeon Master's guide. Like, you're asking to be punched.
His co-host Joel believes that this shift in image is mainly due to the popularity of comic book movies, as well as fantasy movies such as Lord of the Rings.
It's become so much more acceptable for people to say, yeah, I like movies based on comic books. That being able to say, I do tabletop gaming is becoming more acceptable too.
Because the image of the tabletop gamer is changing, places like Mission Fun and Games have seen a rise in popularity, with people from all different walks of life gathering together just to play Dungeons and Dragons.
It's this guy!
Mission says they have seen a steady increase in the amount of people wanting to play D&D.
More and more people. It used to be just one table, and now we're up to 3. So it has definitely grown, and I could totally do more tables if I had more DMs and a bigger store to play in.
Quinn goes on to say that the game will remain popular because of one element.
You're doing imaginary things with imaginary people in an imaginary world, but you're having real emotional experiences, and you can't help but bond over those things.
Mason Alvestead, Nate Newswatch Extra.